Everybody who visits Mid-Coast Maine seems to agree upon that there's this extraordinary sense of place here, and that being here, there's something about the feeling of this place that people are drawn to or motivates them to stay here. And so I think fundamentally one of the things we're trying to do is protect that sense of place, which has both a natural side, but then there's also how that interfaces with people.
My husband initially wanted a little place to camp on a body of water that wasn't overbuilt in Maine. And what a blessing that he found this place. My husband always liked to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and drive up so that we would still have a good chunk of the day when we got here. And we would paddle, we would watch birds. So it's always been about being in the outdoors.
We have been working to choose what we think are the most special parts of our community to try to set aside and conserve. And so we maintain over 33 different nature preserves, and on those have 45 miles of trail that are open for people to get out and enjoy.
Conservation at a place like this works for both the wildlife and for people. It allows for continuing access for people to use this place as they traditionally have.
So Coastal Mountains Land Trust is a nonprofit conservation organization that works in 15 towns between Rockport and Prospect, Maine. And our mission is to permanently conserve land for the benefit of the natural and human communities of Western Penobscot Bay. One of the things I like about our land and the activities we do on our property, specifically our annual blueberry harvest, you can see it becoming an instant tradition for people. So I brought my children up here for the first time for our annual blueberry free pick. Shortly after, we were in town and they were talking with someone and they told them, oh, we do that every year. And so in a single day, it became something that my kids want to do every year. Making landscape becomes a tradition for people is something I get really excited by.
This is one of the last remaining rivers on the east coast of the United States that has populations of Atlantic salmon. Coastal Mountain Land Trust has played a really significant role in protecting this place that resulted in conserving about 80% or more of the land along both banks of the river.
He came home and told me, and it just gave me more motivation to keep working on controlling the Japanese knotweed because it changes the habitat for the salmon. So this was real feedback for us to know that our volunteer work is making a difference.
Really focused on for our entire time has been working with private landowners who call us with an interest to sit down and talk about what they can see as the future of their property, whether or not they want to do a conservation easement, whether or not they want to donate a preserve, or whether or not they want just help on how to manage their blueberry field or their woodlot.
I love the idea of land conservation for a variety of reasons. I think preservation of open space becomes more and more critical. And I just felt like the goals of the Land Trust for the land were so in accord with what I wanted to do. I have donated 2 easements to Coastal Mountains Land Trust on my property here in Morrill, Maine. I think maybe even over 1,500 feet of shoreline are protected. And this is just a wonderful thing. These easements really serve to create a haven for wildlife, as well as for nature lovers, fishermen, hunters in season.
My hope for the future is that having these open lands brings more people in touch with nature, and so that the more that they can be outside and in nature, the more they can appreciate it.
If I've done nothing else, I've protected this place, and I've enjoyed this place, and that's what I was meant to do.